Hey there, my name is Rohit Kumar, and today's topic is very important because its nature is very subtle, but its importance is quite wide. So, point is that today we are going to discuss about the publication bias. Now, normally many people don't know that what is publication bias. So, let me give you an example that many times we stuck in a particular situation where a research or our experimental setup is going to end, but our results are not coming into a favorable condition means many times your guides or some of the mentors must have been told you that your results are not in such a state that they could have been published with some journal of good repute or reputation. But point is that many times we get stuck, or many times we end with all sort of methods, but still we don't get the sort of positive results which people do expect. So what is it? Means should if we are not getting the kind of positive results according to some of the fellow, means according to some of the setup, your results are not very good, but they are bit good or they are a bit negative. So is your research a failure, or should you say that you have not done anything at all? So that's the publication bias. So this question of publication bias is very well explained by this particular article, Publication Bias, Importance of Studies with Negative Results. It is published in Indian Journal of Anesthesia and being curated by the National Library of Medicine. So let's come here. So we are going to define first what is publication bias. So it is defined as the failure to publish the results of a study on the basis of direction or strength of the study findings. Means many times we just try to focus on some percentage of results, then only we think that results are good enough, but it is not like that. It may also mean that only studies which have statistically significant positive results get published, and the statistically insignificant or negative studies do not get published. And it's a very common myth. So that's why we are supposed to get into the core of this problem and then to see that what are the reasons. So there are some of the reasons they have established, mainly three reasons they have given for the negative results. First, that studies with very small sample size, and it's quite obvious because many times as a very fresh researcher or the young researcher, we don't have very large sample size, especially in the form of means if you are creating your own data set, then you are unable to create a very big data set. So your deep learning model sort of things are kind of not suited for the real world. Okay, second thing, that no difference between the groups. So you don't create the kind of major difference between groups and those are quite alike. And third is that more complaints or adverse events, more complications or adverse events in the study groups. Okay, so again, you are not getting the kind of comfort in the similar groups that those are supposed to motivate you. So point is that whenever we are stuck with these sort of conditions, then we have a probability of getting negative results. So point is that if you are getting results, then negative results especially, then is your research a waste? So it is not at all like this, because this particular article says that if the hypothesis made by the researcher is rejected based on the result of a study with sound methodology, it doesn't mean it's a failed research. Okay, so you should focus only on these two lines and you will get the everything very clear. Okay, many researchers do not publish research with negative results because they consider it as a failed research, which is not at all true. Now, if the hypothesis made by them is rejected based on the results of a study with sound methodology, this sound methodology code is very, very important, because your approach to handle a problem is supposed to get correct. Otherwise, the everything is wrong. Means if your methodology is not correct, means your approach towards a problem is not correct, but you are getting very good results, then perhaps there is some glitch or there is some issue, because and due to some reason, means again, as I told you, that maybe your sample size is small, or you are getting some sort of bias, environmental or sort of other, but your results are coming promising. So obviously it is not at all correct. But if your methodology is correct and you are not getting the good results, then it's fine. So that's why you are supposed to totally go with this second line, that hypothesis made by the researchers is based on the results of a study with sound methodology, then it's perfectly fine. Okay, do not consider it a failed research. Doesn't matter whether your results are positive or negative. So that's the point of publication bias. I hope it must have been clear by now. If you don't like anything in this analysis, please comment down and criticize this video. And if you do think that there is something more towards the publication bias, because we have not gone into the details or the very deep kind of study of publication bias, so there are multiple things involved. Please do comment below and let me know to enhance my analysis further. Thanks for watching this video. Happy learning.